I heard the scream first. Sharp, piercing, like glass exploding inside my ribs. My maid Rosa dropped to her knees on driveway, blood already trickling from the corner of her mouth. Above her stood Karen Whitaker, the HOA president everyone secretly feared, fist cocked back for another strike. Police sirens howled somewhere down the main road. Distant, too distant. Thief, Karen screamed, veins bulging in her neck. You filthy thief. My pulse hammered in my ears. 10 seconds, maybe less. If that fist landed again, this could turn deadly. I froze, just one heartbeat. Then my old Marine instincts slammed awake. One wrong move, and the whole scene detonates. My name is Alex Rivera, retired gunnery sergeant, United States Marine Corps. 2 combat tours in Helmand Province. I've seen men die because someone hesitated. I've made decisions in less than 3 seconds that saved lives or ended them. These days I live quietly in Willow Creek Estates. Gated, perfect lawns, $1 million homes pretending to be middle class. After my wife Elena died of cancer 3 years ago, I needed someone to keep the house from falling apart. That's when Rosa came into our lives. Rosa Morales, 38, single mother, came to the U.S. legally on a work visa years ago. She cleans, cooks, gardens better than I ever could. More importantly, she became family. When Elena was in hospice, Rosa held her hand during the worst nights. When Elena passed, Rosa cried harder than I did. She never asked for anything, ever. But today, in the bright afternoon sun, everything shattered. It didn't start with violence. It started with suspicion. Like most disasters, the signs were there long before the explosion. Willow Creek's HOA is infamous. Rules thicker than the Homeowners Association bylaws binder Karen carries everywhere. Grass no taller than 2 inches. Mailboxes must be antique bronze. No basketball hoops visible from a street. Fine start at $100. Karen Whitaker rules it all. Double 53. Always in designer athleisure. Visor glued to her head. Claims she was a real estate attorney before retiring to serve the community. Everyone knows she got disbarred years ago for ethics violations, but no one says it out loud. She's the queen, and queens don't like outsiders. Rosa had been working for me almost 3 years. Never once had a complaint. Neighbors actually liked her, quiet, polite, always waving. But Karen? Karen watched her like a hawk. First sign came 2 months ago. Karen sent me an official HOA letter, typed on thick cream paper. Dear Mr. Rivera, it has come to the attention of the board that an unauthorized individual has been observed on your property during daytime hours. Please provide documentation of employment status and immigration papers within 7 days, or face daily fines of $250. I laughed it off, sent back a copy of Rosa's work authorization, her social security card, and a notarized employment contract. Certified mail. Karen never replied, but the staring started. Every morning when Rosa arrived at 8 a.m., Karen's SUV would slow down in front of my house. Windows tinted, just watching. Then came the whispers. I overheard it at the community mailbox. She's probably sending money back home, stolen money. I heard she was caught taking jewelry from the Miller's house. She doesn't even speak proper English. I ignored it. Small minds talk. I had bigger problems, PTSD therapy, consulting contracts, raising my teenage daughter Mia on my own. Until today. This morning started normal. I was in my home office, on a Zoom call with a security firm in D.C., when I heard raised voices outside. I muted myself, looked through the blinds. Rosa stood on the front walkway, garden hose in hand, watering the roses Elena planted years ago. Karen marched straight up the driveway like she owned it. "You," she barked, fingers stabbing the air. "What exactly do you think you're doing?" Rosa turned, confused. "Good morning, ma'am. I'm watering the flowers. I work here for Mr. Alex." Karen snorted loud enough for the whole street to hear. "Work? Please. I saw you yesterday, lingering near Mrs. Jenkins' side gate. Looking inside. You think we're stupid?" Rosa's shoulders tightened. "No, ma'am. I was just walking to the bus stop. I live 2 blocks over." "Liar." Karen stepped closer. "You match the description perfectly. Dark hair. Accent. Foreign. Someone's been hitting garages in Phase 3. Tools missing. Jewelry gone. It's obvious. I stepped out onto the porch then. Phone still in hand. Call muted. Karen, I said calmly. Rosa is my employee. She's been here 3 years. She's done nothing wrong. Karen spun toward me, eyes blazing. Oh, really, Mr. Rivera? You're harboring her? You know the bylaws. Unauthorized workers must be reported. Immediately. She's authorized. I already sent you the paperwork months ago. Paperwork can be faked. She pulled out her phone. I'm calling the police. Right now. They can sort out whether she's legal or not. Rosa's face drained of color. Please. I have papers. Everything is legal. Karen ignored her. Dialing. Yes, hello. Police? There's a suspected thief on private property in Willow Creek Estates. She's assaulting me verbally right now. Hurry. She wasn't being assaulted. Not yet. But the lie was already out. I moved down the steps slowly. Karen, hang up. This is harassment. She smirked. Harassment? I have rights. I have nothing. I swear. Karen's voice dropped low, venomous. You people come here, take our jobs, take our things. I'm not letting you get away with it. I stepped between them. That's enough. Back off. Karen laughed. A cold, sharp sound. Make me. The sirens were audible now. Faint but closing. Karen's eyes flicked toward the sound. Then back to Rosa. She lunged, grabbed Rosa's wrist. Twisted hard. Rosa cried out. Let go. It hurts. Give me your bag. Karen snarled, yanking at the small crossbody purse Rosa always carried. Rosa pulled back. No, please. Karen shoved her. Hard. Rosa stumbled, back hitting the side of my SUV. The hose fell. Water sprayed everywhere. Karen raised her fist. Time stretched. Sirens louder now. Maybe 90 seconds away. Rosa covered her face. Karen's arms started down. And that's when I moved. 1 second. Karen's fist sliced through the air like a hammer. 2 seconds. Rosa curled into herself, screaming, arms shielding her head. 3 seconds. I closed the distance in 2 strides. Grabbed Karen's wrist mid-swing. Twisted just enough, marine muscle memory, stopping the blow without snapping bone. She howled. Let go. Assault. Assault. For seconds. Rosa scrambled sideways on the wet driveway. Blood smeared across her chin from the first hit. 5 seconds. Karen spun, claws out. Nails raked down my cheek. Hot lines of fire. 6 seconds. Neighbors appeared at windows. Phones up. Recording. 7 seconds. I pivoted behind her, locked her right arm in a restraint hold. Firm, not cruel. The kind we used on non-combatants who panicked. Stop resisting, I said through gritted teeth. Police are almost here. 8 seconds. She thrashed like a trapped animal. You're dead. I'll sue you into the ground. 9 seconds. Rosa sat against the tire, shaking violently. Eyes wide. Silent tears mixing with blood. 10 seconds. 2 squad cars screeched around the corner. Lights flashing. No sirens now. Silent approach. Officers jumped out. 4 of them. Hands on holsters. Everyone. Hands up. Now. I released Karen slowly, palms open. She was assaulting my employee. I restrained her to stop it. Karen staggered forward, pointing at me. He attacked me. Unprovoked. Arrest him. The lead officer, a tall woman with sergeant stripes, held up a hand. Everyone calmed down. Ma'am, step back. She looked at Rosa. You okay? Rosa nodded, body. Voice tiny. She hit me. Called me thief. Another officer knelt beside her. Ma'am, we need to see your injuries. Karen kept ranting. Karen was in custody. Charges: aggravated assault, battery, false report of a crime, harassment. They found videos from 4 different angles. All damning. Neighbors posted them online already. The HOA group chat exploded. Some defended her. She's just protecting the community. Most were horrified. This is insane. She attacked a woman in broad daylight. By evening, the HOA board called an emergency meeting. Karen was voted out. Unanimously. A restraining order was issued within hours. But none of that mattered in the quiet hospital room. Rosa sat on the bed. Hospital gown too big. Ice pack on her cheek. She hadn't spoken much. I sat in the chair beside her. Mr. Alex, her voice cracked. Why? I never stole anything. I never hurt anyone. I swallowed hard. I know. She's sick with power. It twists people. Rosa stared at the floor. She said, "You people." Like I'm not human. The words hung heavy. I felt guilt like acid in my stomach. I should have confronted Karen sooner. Should have warned the board. Should have done something before it came to this. Instead, I stayed quiet. Like everyone else. Silence protects monsters. Around 9 p.m., they discharged her. I drove her home. She lived in a small apartment complex 2 miles away. Her teenage son, Mateo, waited at the door. Eyes red. He hugged her so tight she winced. "Mom, what happened?" She tried to smile. Failed. Later, Mijo. Later. I stayed until she was settled. Made sure the door locked behind me. Driving home, my hand shook on the wheel. The scratches on my face burned. But the real pain was deeper. I kept seeing Rosa's face when Karen called her thief. The fear. The shame she didn't deserve. That night, I didn't sleep. I kept replaying it. The fist coming down. The split second. What if I'd been slower? What if the police hadn't arrived? What if Rosa had fought back and ended up shot? Entitlement is dangerous. When unchecked, it becomes violence. And violence, in the hands of someone who believes they're right, is terrifying. The days after the attack felt surreal, like living inside a bruise. Rosa didn't come back to work for 2 weeks. I insisted she take paid leave. All of it. I cleaned the house myself. Badly. But it gave me something to do. Every time I walked past the roses she watered, I saw the blood on the driveway. Mia, my 16-year-old daughter, took it hardest. She'd known Rosa since she was 13. Called her Tia Rosa. When I told her what happened, she cried for an hour. Then got angry. Why didn't someone stop Karen before? Everyone knew she was crazy. I had no good answer. Because we were all afraid of fines. Of drama. Of being targeted next. Cowards, all of us. Including me. The legal process moved fast. Karen's arraignment was televised locally, small-town scandal. She pleaded not guilty. Screamed at the judge about cancel culture and reverse discrimination. The judge wasn't impressed. Bail set at $50,000. She posted it with her retirement savings. But the restraining order stuck. She was banned from Willow Creek property, even her own house, for 90 days. Forced to stay with her sister 2 counties away. The neighborhood changed overnight. People waved again. Kids played outside without fear of citations. The HOA board elected a new president, quiet, reasonable Mr. Chun. First order of business, repeal half the insane rules. It felt like breathing after holding your breath for years. But Rosa wasn't healing so easily. I visited her apartment twice a week. Brought groceries. Helped Mateo with math homework. Each time, she was quieter. She flinched at sudden noises. Car horns. Slamming doors. Even a microwave beep. Nightmares woke her screaming. She started therapy, court-ordered at first, then continued on her own. The therapist diagnosed acute stress disorder. Possible PTSD. She told me once, voice barely above a whisper. I keep seeing her fist, over and over, and I hear her voice. Thief. Thief. I felt helpless. All my training, all my experience, and I couldn't fix this. One evening, about a month later, she called me crying. "Mr. Alex, I can't go back to the house. I can't walk that driveway. I'm sorry." I told her she didn't have to. I offered to pay her full salary for as long as she needed. She refused. "I need to work. But somewhere else. Somewhere safe." It broke my heart. But I understood. 2 months after the attack, she found a job cleaning offices downtown. Night shift. No people around. Safer, she said. She still came to visit sometimes. Brought tamales for Mia. But she never stepped foot on the driveway again. Karen's trial came 6 months later. I testified. So did Rosa. So did the neighbors. The videos played in court. The jury took less than 3 hours. Guilty on all counts. Aggravated assault. Battery causing injury. Filing false police report. Sentenced to 18 months. Plus 5 years probation. Mandatory anger management. Community service. Ironically, cleaning public parks. When the gavel fell, Karen collapsed, sobbing. No one felt sorry for her. After the verdict, Rosa waited for me outside the courthouse. She looked different, still fragile, but taller somehow. "Thank you," she said, "for believing me, for protecting me." I shook my head. "I should have done more sooner." She touched my arm. "You did enough, when it mattered most." We stood there in silence. The sun was setting, golden light on the steps. For the first time in months, she smiled. A real one. Small, tired, but real. That night I sat on my porch, looked at the roses. They were blooming again. I thought about entitlement. How it starts small, rules, finds judgment, then grows. Becomes accusations, then violence. And how silence lets it grow. I thought about the split second, the fist coming down, the decision I made. And I realized something. Sometimes the real battle isn't overseas. Sometimes it's right in your driveway, against someone who believes they're above everyone else. And sometimes protecting one person, protecting their dignity, their safety, matters more than any rule, any law, any title. Rosa still flinches at loud voices. She still avoids certain streets. But she's healing, slowly. And every time I see her smile, I remember. In those final seconds, when everything could have ended in tragedy, we chose humanity. And that choice saved more than a life. It saved a piece of our souls. Because the real thieves aren't the ones they accuse. The real thieves are the ones who steal peace, dignity, and trust, and walk away thinking they're right. Never again. Not on my watch.